In the lush village of Tembeli, surrounded by towering trees and vibrant flowers, lived Queen Nia, a beloved ruler with a heart as warm as the African sun. Her palace, made from golden reeds and adorned with colorful beads, sat beside the great river Nzuri, which flowed serenely through the village. Queen Nia was known for her wisdom and kindness. She always wore a crown made from the feathers of sacred birds, which sparkled like the morning dew. The villagers admired her not just for her leadership, but for her deep connection to the land and its spirits. The river Nzuri was essential to the village. It provided water for the crops and animals, and its gentle current was a source of life and joy for the people. The land was rich and green, thanks to the river's blessings, and the village thrived in harmony with nature. One day, dark clouds gathered over Tembeli as rumors of a neighboring kingdom's invasion spread. The village's peace was threatened, and anxiety filled the air. The villagers, usually bustling with happiness, now whispered worriedly about the approaching danger. Queen Nia, though concerned, remained calm. She knew that her strength and the village's unity were their greatest assets. She called for a meeting with her most trusted advisors, and they decided to prepare for war. As the threat grew closer, Queen Nia felt a change within her. She could sense the spirit of the land whispering to her, urging her to take action to protect her people. She knew she had a special gift, one that had been passed down through generations of her family. The night before the battle, as the stars glittered in the sky and the moon cast a soft glow over Tembeli, Queen Nia stood at the edge of the river. She closed her eyes and whispered a prayer to the spirits of her ancestors. Suddenly, a warm light surrounded her, and she began to invoke a lioness. Before the astonished eyes of her advisors, Queen Nia has invoked a breed of her spirit inside a powerful lioness standing beside her. Her majestic golden mane shimmered under the moonlight, and her eyes glowed with fierce determination. The transformation was both magical and awe-inspiring. As a lioness, Queen Nia felt an immense strength coursing through her. She roared, and the sound echoed through the night, sending a message to her enemies that Tembeli would not be easily conquered. The villagers were filled with hope, knowing that their queen's spirit was now one with the strength of the wild. The next morning, the enemy troops arrived at Tembeli, their numbers overwhelming. The sky was filled with the sounds of war as they clashed with the villagers. Queen Nia, in her lioness form, led her people with bravery and courage. With every roar and swift movement, she drove the invaders back. Her strength was unmatched, and her presence inspired the villagers to fight with all their might. The ground trembled under her powerful paws, and the enemies began to retreat, unable to withstand the fierce defense. The battle raged on, but Queen Nia's transformation proved to be the key to the village's defense. Her fierce protection and the villagers' unity turned the tide of the fight. By the end of the day, the invaders had been driven away, and Tembeli was safe once more. Just as the village began to celebrate their victory, a new challenge arose. The river Nzuri, the lifeblood of Tembeli, began to dry up. The once flowing waters dwindled to a mere trickle, and the crops started to wither. The villagers were worried and gathered around Queen Nia for guidance. They knew that without the river's water, their survival was at stake. Queen Nia, feeling the weight of her people's plight, knew she had to act once again. She visited the riverbank and stood quietly, listening to the land's whispers. The spirits of the river spoke to her, revealing that the river's flow could be restored through another transformation. Queen Nia closed her eyes and began the sacred ritual. Under the scorching African sun, Queen Nia transformed once more, this time invoking her spirit into a magnificent river. Her spirit river flowed gracefully through the land, and the riverbed began to fill with water. The villagers watched in awe as the once dry river began to return to life. The waters grew clearer and stronger, bringing much-needed relief to the parched fields. The crops began to recover, and the animals found the water they needed to survive. The village rejoiced as the river Nzuri, blessed by their queen's magic, flowed powerfully once more. Queen Nia, still in her river form, felt the joy and relief of her people. The river's revival was a testament to her deep connection with the land and her unwavering commitment to her people's well-being. With the river restored and the village flourishing once again, Tembeli held a grand celebration in honor of their queen. The villagers gathered by the river, dancing and singing with happiness. The river sparkled under the moonlight, and the land was filled with joy and gratitude. Queen Nia, now back in her human form, joined the celebration with her people. She wore a new crown, adorned with river gems and golden feathers, symbolizing her dual role as both protector and nurturer of Tembeli. The villagers danced and celebrated, grateful for their queen's bravery and love. The night was filled with laughter and joy, and the villagers praised Queen Nia for her strength and sacrifice. The celebration became a cherished memory, a reminder of the power of unity and the bond between the land and its people. As time passed, the story of Queen Nia's transformations became a beloved tale in Tembeli. The villagers told the story to their children, teaching them about the importance of courage, resilience, and respect for the natural world. Queen Nia's legacy lived on as a symbol of strength and wisdom. Her ability to transform into a lioness and a river showed the villagers that true leadership came from a deep connection with the land and a willingness to sacrifice for the greater good. The village continued to thrive, and the lessons learned from Queen Nia's story guided the people in their daily lives. They remembered her as a queen who protected them with her fierce spirit and nurtured them with her boundless love. As years went by, Tembeli remained a vibrant and flourishing village. The river continued to flow with the same life-giving strength it had always had, and the land remained rich and green. The villagers honored their queen's legacy by living in harmony with nature and each other. New leaders emerged, inspired by Queen Nia's example. They followed her teachings and worked to protect the land and its resources. The village grew and prospered, always remembering the story of their great queen who had saved them in their time of need. The tale of Queen Nia became a cornerstone of Tembeli's culture, a source of pride and inspiration for generations to come. It reminded the people of the importance of unity, respect for nature, and the power of a leader's love and dedication. In the heart of Tembeli, the legacy of Queen Nia continued to shine brightly. Her story was celebrated in songs, dances, and festivals. The great river Nzuri flowed gracefully through the village, a living testament to her power and influence. The villagers gathered by the river each year to honor Queen Nia's memory. They told her story to their children, ensuring that her lessons would never be forgotten. The river's flow and the land's prosperity were seen as a tribute to her enduring spirit. Queen Nia's tale became more than just a story, it was a symbol of the deep bond between the people and their land. Her legacy lived on in the hearts of the villagers, guiding them as they continued to cherish and protect the beautiful land of Tembeli. And so, in the village of Tembeli, under the watchful eyes of the stars and the flow of the river Nzuri, the spirit of Queen Nia remained eternal, a beacon of strength, love, and harmony.